And the bottom of the dress looks like she's about to compete in a local figure skating competition. And the dress really could have used a necklace. Like, seriously, who cleared this outfit? Hi everyone, my name is Demetri and welcome back to DemetriTube, The Bachelorette, night 5. Let's talk about it. As always, if you're enjoying my videos, please go ahead and pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell. I'm a growing YouTuber and like subscribes really help me out. Okay, so just 2 quick things before we get started. So I don't have any Bachelor Nation news. Like, I really have not seen anything going on this season. I don't know if I think it's just been dry. Like, nothing's really been happening outside of the show. If there was something interesting, I would talk about it with y'all, but I have literally seen nothing. Next, please put below in the comments what your top 2 predictions are. I think for mine, I'm gonna say Sam M and Devin, and I hate to say that. At this point, who else does she like enough to put in the top 2? And I'd rather say Marcus instead of Devin, but from the previews, it looks like Marcus ain't gonna make the cut. Okay, that's all I got. Let's dive into the episode. The episode starts and we're in the middle of the cocktail party, and I think before the guys sit down, Dylan tells all the guys, I've never grown up with a brother and I appreciate y'all, and he tells that to all the other contestants, and I just thought that was so sweet. And it actually hit home a little more because I don't have any brothers either, so for him to feel like these guys are like older brothers to him, I really thought that was so sweet. And during the cocktail party, Jen serves us a really pretty gown, but I will say I just don't love this gown. I'm not sure what the main color of this gown is. Jen really wears a lot of colors that test my color blindness, but it looks like bluish green mainly to me, but I don't know. Somebody help me out in the comments. But it's a mermaid gown and it poofs out at the bottom and it's covered in florals and sparkles. She looks amazing and this dress is really pretty, but I just don't love it. Like, I think there were probably better choices out there, but in her defense, the jewelry was A1. Her earrings and the necklace, ooh, baby, it looked good. Jen meets with the other contestants and she tells them that her former friend with benefits may be joining the show as another contestant. And for the most part, all of the guys are really upset about this, except Jeremy, or was it John? One of them didn't really care. And Devin was particularly mad. Devin says that if she brings on Matthew, he's gonna leave, and he equates doing that with cheating. And Devin also says if Matthew walks in with that rose, sorry y'all, I was tripping when filming, but Devin says, if Matthew walks in, this rose means nothing to me. And this whole performance was a red flag for me. I know some of y'all like love Dylan, and you are, I keep saying Dylan, it's Devin. I know some of y'all love Devin and are rooting for Devin, but this was just so performative for me. So don't get me wrong, I totally understand why you would be upset at this, but Devin sometimes just seems to me like he has a producer in his ear just telling him to be as dramatic as possible, and Devin does it. And the fact that Devin had no trust in their relationship and what they had so far, and he was immediately like, oh, if he gets a rose, I'm leaving, it was suspect to me. Again, I know a lot of you like Devin, but to me, he just has moments where he seems like he's just not here for the right reasons. Anyways, moving on. So Jen and Matthew have a one-on-one, and Jen asks Matthew, why are you here? Why now? Or something like that. Matthew responds, why now? It's now or never. You're getting engaged at the end of this. And I thought that was like a really good answer. I personally thought he was doing all this for the fame and for the clout, but him responding, you're getting engaged at the end of this, so it's now or never, I do think that was like a really good answer. Next, if you made it this far in the video, please go ahead and pound that like button for the YouTube algorithm. But anyways, Jen ends up sending him home and Matthew does not stay. This whole situation was interesting. I honestly think ABC only set this up because they thought her season was going to be really boring, but her season is in fact not boring, so they didn't really even need to do all of this. After that, we go to the rose ceremony, and Grant is wearing a leather jacket during the rose ceremony, and it just looks way too laid back. Thomas and John end up getting sent home, and she keeps Austin, and like, let's be real, Austin is not her husband. And like, neither is John, but I would have preferred to see John for another week. I just wanted to see a little more of him. Also, I think John is really hot. I mean, Austin's hot too, but I just would have rather seen more John than Austin. After that, we move on to the next day, and Jen and Jesse Palmer have a one-on-one, and Jen is wearing this like blue dress, and it's actually really cute. After that, we get a one-on-one with Jonathan and Jen, and for the date, they get to ride a helicopter. They get to see some sights in Auckland. This was an amazing date. And then after, they get to take a dip in the traveling hot tub. And Jonathan hates helicopters, and I think before the helicopter started, Jonathan says, "I hate helicopters, but if we go down, we go down together." What? Sir, please do not tell me that before we're about to lift off in a helicopter. That is not something you should be saying. Then we move on to the night portion, and Jen serves us a really cute dress. It's like a sparkly black blazer dress, and Jonathan kind of looks a mess. He's not wearing a sport coat, which I think just looks too laid back, and I also think he was wearing white socks too. Like, did none of these guys pack black socks or even like different color socks that aren't white? So during the one-on-one, Jonathan opens up and he says he has trouble opening up and trusting people. He also says he fell for a girl. They moved in together for 2 years. They looked at engagement rings and talked about kids. And then she went through a hard time and started drinking. They would argue. She would question his character and call him manipulative, and they eventually broke up. And after that, Jonathan ends up getting the rose, and him and Jen make out, and ABC starts pouring fake rain on them. Like, they were simulating rain, but it definitely wasn't real rain because it was only in one spot. So I really don't have much to say about this date, but as y'all know, Jonathan is one of my favorite contestants this season. When him and Jen have time together, they have so much fun. And at one point, Jen even says, "You allow me to be myself." And overall, I just think they're so cute together, and like, this is the type of guy she should marry. But the problem is, I just don't think she likes him as much as some other contestants. If Jen truly wanted to get married at the end of this, I think she should pick Jonathan, Marcus, or Dylan. And you could also make an argument for Devin and for Spencer, but I just don't see her picking Spencer, and Devin, for me, is just a huge toss-up if they would last. And just one last thing about Jonathan, when he told the story about his ex, I just thought, wow, like, a lot of the contestants this season have had some horrible exes. Like, I don't know if I've seen a Bachelorette season with like just so many terrible stories about exes. Like, on The Bachelor, there's normally multiple contestants who got cheated on by their exes, but on The Bachelorette, it's usually not this prevalent, but this season, it's pretty prevalent. After that, we move on to the group date, and Jen serves us a jean jacket with a matching jean pant, and I believe knee-high boots. This outfit was cute, but I wish the jean was like a different shade of denim, or like, I wish the denim jacket and the jeans were cut a little different. Like, I just wasn't loving this. And I don't know if y'all caught this, but Austin's shirt was cut a little weird. Like, it almost was like a women's cut. Like, I don't know if I've seen a dude cut like a flannel type shirt like that. I don't know if the guys cut the shirts themselves or if they were already pre-cut, but if you have like a flannel or a patterned shirt like this, literally all you have to do is just cut the sleeves, like cut it straight. But he cut it in like a diagonal, which I would only do that with like a gym shirt that is like a solid color. I wouldn't do it with like a patterned shirt like this, because on guys it can look a little weird. And I understand what he was going for, but Spencer's shirt, in my opinion, was more cut correct. So for the date, they go to a sheep farm with Diane and Richard, and they herd sheep, they scoop up, they cut dingleberries off fur, they take out some wool, and they drink milk. This was like a terrible date. I definitely would not want to do this. Wait, actually, herding the sheep looked kind of fun, but like doing all this on a farm, I wouldn't really want to do it. And y'all, Dylan got legs and hips. Did y'all peep that? So Devin ends up getting chosen as the best farmer, even though he spent a good amount of time just talking to Jen. This just felt like a ploy by production. Like, they just wanted the guys to be mad at Devin. Then we move on to the night portion, and we get what I think is possibly the worst outfit we've seen all season. Jenn is wearing this like light pink dress, and on the top, it just looks like a plain tank top with like spaghetti straps. But then if you look at the bottom, it flows into a skirt. But in the skirt, there's like this tassel thing going on the right. And the bottom of the dress looks like she's about to compete in a local figure skating competition. And the dress really could have used a necklace. Like, seriously, who cleared this outfit? After that, we get a one-on-one with Jeremy. But before the one-on-one, all of the contestants are hanging out. And Jeremy asks Devin, do you think you deserved Farmer of the Day? And this is why I love Jeremy. He's not afraid of being a little messy. And Devin gives like a terrible answer, but if I was in Devin's shoes, I would have just gaslit everyone. I would have just been like, yeah, I actually think I did deserve Farmer of the Day. I would have just kept it at that. Yes, I think I deserved it. So during the one-on-one, Jenn asks Jeremy, how was your college experience? Were you a frat boy? Jeremy explains it was a transformative experience for him because he used to be fat and overweight, and I guess he got fit while in college. Jeremy also explains that he's afraid of being lonely, and then Jenn responds and says she's worried about giving too much to the wrong person. She also says, I've been burned in the past for giving too much. And then later she says, over time, it makes you want to close up. And like, if she's worried about giving too much to the wrong person, why is she still dating Sam M? So let's unpack this. First, during this one-on-one, Jeremy was like petting Jenn's head. And Jenn is like, why are you petting my head or something like that? Like, she clearly didn't like it. So I'm not necessarily sure about other cultures, but in Black culture, there's very much a rule of don't touch Black women's hair. You either need to ask permission or the Black woman herself needs to ask for it. And this is just my opinion. Physical touch is very normal on a date, but you kind of got to figure out what kind of physical touch your partner prefers. And I just don't think this is what Jenn likes. Also, Jenn may have been worried about messing up her hair on camera, and I don't know if her first date was Jeremy or if this was later in the night. Who knows? But I think for Jenn, she was just more concerned about messing up her hair. Because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of women out there who really would not have mind if their date or their boyfriend does this. But if I'm wrong, let me know below in the comments. Next, let me know below in the comments what y'all thought about this conversation, because I thought this conversation was a little immature. So Jeremy is like 29, and also some of these contestants are like 30 years old. So if you are 30 years old, you're like almost 10 years out of college. So to ask about someone's college experience seemed a little immature to me. And asking if someone was a frat boy, that also seemed a little immature to me. But also at the same time, I understand this process. You want to get to know your partner. And it's possible Jeremy and Jenn have kind of just run out of talking points. Like we don't know everything they've talked to up to this point. But again, you do want to bet your partner and know everything. So I get that. But also at the same time, like, I wish she had asked what was like a transformative experience for you or something. Like, I wish she had asked more of an open-ended question versus like, how was your college experience? Were you a frat boy? But in Jenn's defense, she's been in school most of her life, and I really don't know how much time she's had in like the real world, because if she graduated high school at 18 and then she did 4 years of college, and then let's just assume she did 1 year of PA school, she's probably had like a couple years in the real world where she wasn't in school. So like, I'll give her some grace with that. Anyways, going back to Jeremy, he's really hot. Him and Jenn have a slight connection, but I'm pretty sure he's not gonna win. After that, we move on to Austin. She has a one-on-one with him. So Austin has been spiraling the entire episode, and when he has his one-on-one with Jenn, he ends up self-eliminating, and Jenn is completely blindsided. Austin self-eliminating made Jenn feel like she wasn't enough, and then she starts to question herself as like the Bachelorette. And then Jenn meets with all the rest of the contestants, and she cries a little bit, tells them Austin left, and now she's feeling like she's not good enough. This is very much that Rachel Recchia energy, and then the floor opens up, and then a few of the contestants tell her she is enough, etc., etc. This entire moment was just completely extra to me. After that, we get a one-on-one with Sam M, and Jenn asks Sam, do you see me differently after having that emotional moment about not feeling enough? And Sam responds back, you are enough, I want you to be yourself, yada yada yada. And like, y'all, this man does the bare minimum, and Jenn just eats it up. Next, we move on to the one-on-one with Grant. And y'all, if I'm moving fast in this video, it's because not a lot happened in this episode. Like the dates weren't really that meaningful. During the one-on-one with Grant, Jenn serves us like a leather jacket, a cream sweater, a side braid, beige pants, and knee-high brown boots. And I did not like this outfit. It looked like she was in Jumanji or like Jurassic Park or something. And for the date, I think they ride horses or something, and then they just chill on the beach. And Jenn mentions that she loves nature, she wants to own a farm, and she loves animals. And that was like really surprising to me because like she's from like the suburbs in New Jersey, right? I just was surprised to hear her say that. But y'all, I'm from the suburbs too, and now that I think about it, like I don't think I could live in the suburbs. Like for me, I gotta either be in the city or I gotta be in the country. Like I really don't want to go back to the suburbs if I don't have to. Anyways, moving back to the one-on-one with Grant, I don't know what it is, but I'm just hating on Grant in this review. I did not like his outfit. He looked like, his outfit reminded me of like a 55-year-old dad from New Jersey. Yep, it's that time, outfit of the episode. For this week's outfit of the episode, I'm giving it to Jenn during the night portion of her date with Grant. Jenn is wearing this really long brown pea coat, and then she pairs it with like these white oversized pants and like a matching white top. You didn't really get to see the entire top, but she also pairs it with like a cute thick heel too. This was like a really cute outfit to me, and it was also different from what we normally see her in. This week's outfit of the episode honestly was a really close call. I was trying to decide between this and then her rose ceremony dress, the one at the end of the episode, and I almost gave it to that rose ceremony dress. The only reason this outfit won outfit of the episode is because to me this is very unique to what we normally see from her. And then the rose ceremony dress, it looked good, but I just really didn't like that color, and also I feel like she normally wears things like that, so this one won by like a small hair. Anyways, during the one-on-one with Grant, we learned that his dad was an addict, and basically when Grant got older, he had to be an adult in their relationship, and recently his dad got fired and he ended up checking himself into rehab, but apparently he's 2 months sober now. After that, Grant ends up getting the rose and enjoy it now because this man is probably gonna get sent home right before hometowns. I still am sticking with that, and I think that's when he's getting sent home. After that, the contestants meet for the next cocktail party, and they start like talking about their feelings. And this season, I feel like the contestants kind of talk about their feelings a lot, and I wish ABC just gave them more activities. I think ABC is possibly just trying to take this show in a new creative direction, or maybe I'm old or something and I don't really care to watch guys talk about their feelings. I'd rather them do more activities. But I don't know, for me it's just like kind of weird to see them talk about their feelings in this way. And like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind a little bit of it, but I just feel like this season we've gotten a lot of it. So Jenn enters where all the contestants are, and I love this gown she's wearing. She is serving us Met Gala, but also this gown is a little skanky. It's kind of see-through, and I'm pretty sure she's wearing a thong. Then we go to the rose ceremony, and Dylan gets sent home. This was not too surprising, but I truly thought she was gonna send home Jeremy before she sent home Dylan, but apparently my baby Jeremy is staying another week. And that is the end of the episode and the end of this review. If you enjoyed this review, please go ahead and pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell, and I will see you all next time. Have a good one. Bye.